Current standings in the women's floor exercise. Kim Zemesco did not quite match her 9.937 of Friday night in the team with a 9.912. On Friday night, Boganskaya, who is next up, had a 9.925 to finish second behind Zemesco. And a 9.925 now would, of course, take the lead.
And this is Svetlana's favorite event. She's very creative here, very expressive. Uses the music very well. Now that is a look. Pike, full twisting double back. One and a half twist due to a tuck double back. Very difficult pass. It's a lot of tricks in one tumbling run, especially for a taller gymnast. For all of you who want to start calling gymnastics girls gymnastics instead of women's gymnastics, Boganskaya can change your mind. Finishes with a double back. She's 17 years old, she's still competitive with the youngsters coming in. And she has a little something that they don't have. You can see the seasoning, a little more maturity in her moves. She doesn't quite have the same kind of difficulty that some of the younger gymnasts coming in have.
She has not had a great Goodwill Games. The team gold, the all-around silver. Remember, she is the world champion, and a bronze here tonight on the beam.
This was her first tumbling run. Perfect form in that full twisting double back in pike position. Down to the toe point, and a 1.5 twist here, tumbles right out of it, through to a tuck double back. Slightly cowboys that, and that is a slight deduction now. They're trying to get the gymnast to move away from that type of somersault.
9.962, she is our leader. But remember, Natalia Kalinina, with all those goals, still awaits. But Boganskaya is now the leader. Zemesco is second. Natalia Kalinina of the Soviet Union has 3 gold medals already and 2 silver. And in the floor exercise, and she's the final competitor of this evening and of this meet. Last night on this exercise had a perfect 10, looking for yet another gold.
And it's almost going to take another perfect 10 to get that gold medal on this event. Boganskaya has a 9.962. Opens with a double layout. Very nicely done, and just manages to stay in bounds. Very expressive in her dance. Shows off the dance training that all the Soviets have. Full twisting double back, tumbles out of it. Back to a very elegant layout step out. And quite a change of pace. Here's her little wiggle. Somehow that doesn't quite fit in there, but she makes it work. Full twisting double back. Very difficult dismount. Most of the girls are doing double backs at the end.
The question is the order of finish. Kalinina with the 10th last night. Remember, Boganskaya looking for her first individual goal as a 9.962 on this event. And Kim Zmeskal apparently is going to wind up with her 3rd bronze, but wait for the judges, and let's look again at Natalia.
And you'd never know it, but this is one tired girl. 3 days of competition, competed every single event, 12 routines in 3 days, and has not let down yet. Near perfect on every routine. Tremendous difficulty packed into this routine. And of course, another full twisting double back.
And she is the top medal winner in the women's meet. 3 golds, 2 silver, maybe a 4th gold, maybe a 3rd silver. 9.962 will share the gold.
Score is
9.962. And there you are, both with the same score. They will share it.
I think they'll be happy with that.
Kalina gets her 4th gold, and the world champion Boganskaya gets her 2nd gold. The other was in the team, and Zmeskal for the 2nd time tonight winds up 3rd. She had the bronze in the uneven and has the bronze here in the floor exercise. Let's go back to Larry King. The events here are
We're just
all
minutes
over.
away from the gold medal contest between the United States and Yugoslavia. Stay with us. And as a reminder, tomorrow night, ice hockey, the Soviet Union meets the United States. And then boxing, and Raul Marquez will be boxing tomorrow night. Cycling and rhythmic gymnastics as well. But right now, we are just Goodyear Blimp Columbia. John Creighton is the pilot up from Los Angeles, covering the aerial view of our scene over the Tacoma Dome here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'm Larry King. Hannah Storm and Nick Charles are both out at venues. Nick's at basketball, Hannah's at gymnastics. Speaking of gymnastics, what a pair of weekends, huh? With the men's last weekend and the women's now. To wrap it all up for us, Jim Simpson. Jim?
All right, Larry. Chuzovitana of the Soviet Union won the first rotation, the vault. Kim Zmeskal did not go in that. And then Zhang Sha, the Chinese, broke through for gold in the uneven bars, in which Kim Zmeskal got a bronze. In the 3rd rotation, the balance beam, it was Kalinina. And then, of course, you saw her not with the perfect 10, but enough to share with Boganskaya the floor exercise. And thus, regrettably, but all good things, as the cliche goes, must come to an end. It has been amazing 10 days of gymnastics here, actual 6 days of competition, the men and now the women before capacity crowds.
It has been a joy to watch. I love watching gymnastics progress in terms of difficulty, yet still maintain the grace, the beauty, the artistry of the sport. I love seeing the spirit of competition, and most importantly, the happy faces after routines well done. And we had it all tonight.
All right, let us go back in time now. We said it began a week ago Friday night. That was the team championship between the men, and on that particular night, the United States did get a silver medal behind the very powerful Soviets. Lance Ringnauld was a leader there in helping, and then later won the bronze in the all-around. And then on the high bar, shared a gold, the only American gold of this meet. This is Sherba in the individual vault. He got a perfect 10. And then in the individual floor, Valery Lyukin for a gold. When the men left the Tacoma Dome, the women came in led by Kim Zmeskal, who was first in the team championships. That did not count. And Boganskaya, the goddess, the world champion. Boganskaya missed, though, in her first event.
She's performing the reverse heck and just slipped off, very uncharacteristic, and the tears came.
And Zmeskal had a good uneven to help the team win the silver as the men had done, and again behind the Soviets in the team championship. This past Friday night. But then there came, well, as it comes to most gymnasts, those moments you prefer not to have happen.
And the heartbreak that you could see when Kim Zmeskal missed her release move on the uneven bars.
And Boganskaya was not to have been in the all-around, but the Soviets put her in, and here she's on the floor.
She did a beautiful floor routine, came back to win the silver in the all-around.
And you just can't duplicate what Kalinina did last night with a perfect 10 in the floor for the gold in the all-around. And now we come from a week ago Friday through what happened this weekend to tonight. Kim Zalesko winning her bronze.
A beautiful uneven bar routine, one she wished she had done yesterday, but it sure made up for it.
And Boganskaya tonight, this is her best event. She wound up with a silver.
This is her first tumbling run.
Check that. She wound up with sharing the gold with this person, Natalia Kalinina. The Soviets are here. There's no question of that. The Chinese, you can see from tonight, are coming on. Bela Karolyi said yesterday, Kathy, that he's encouraged by what he's seen. Not but what happened last night. They had some glitches. But the youngsters, they're inexperienced in international competition, to do as well as they have done.
Everyone should be encouraged by the way the Americans perform to compete as well as they did against the best in the world. And the Soviets right now are the absolute best. They have 2 years before the Olympic Games in Barcelona, and I think they should have a bright future in these next couple of years.
Our thanks to you, Kathy Johnson. And now Hannah Storm is down with the man who's going to tell us himself, Bela Karolyi.
Thanks, Kathy and Jim. I am here with Bela Karolyi. Bela, can you describe your feelings after this weekend, the Americans coming so close to the Soviets on Friday night and the rest of the weekend?
Sure, that was a pretty stormy weekend for us with all ups and downs, but I'm very, very glad. Finally, we see some young, really up-and-coming generation on the podium and standing tall and strong, and I hope, that's just the beginning of many, many victories from now on.
What does it tell you? How good are the Americans? Can they pull even with the Soviets?
Probably the best statement is, if we're looking back last year, these kids been only juniors on our Olympic Sport Festival competing, and now up in the international podium, if even not in the gold, but they're right next to that, and that's very important for us.
Does this set our team up well politically and emotionally for the competition in Indianapolis, the Worlds next year?
I'm very positive. We are in a very good shape. We got a lot of respect, and now on the international so-called politics, what the judges are representing, we gain a lot of respect, a lot of recognition during this meet.
Tell us about that little girl that you call a sleeping cat with a tiger's soul. Were you worried about her before today's competition, the injured Kim Zalesko?
Hello, Kim. Sure, she made a tremendous effort in order to finish the meet, and she did not want it to drop. She didn't want it to go out from the competition, even though the medical recommendation was to stop. And winning her pain and winning her little trouble, she did find that and ended up with 2 medals, and I'm very proud of her.
Thanks a lot, Bela. And Larry, that wraps it up from the Tacoma Dome. I'm headed back to Seattle, and we're headed back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. By the way, didn't they do a great job in 2 weekends here? Kathy Johnson, Jim Simpson, Hannah Storm getting over to the venues, and tremendous coverage of the men's gymnastics last weekend and the women's gymnastics this weekend. Now, we've been waiting for it. 11 minutes away and counting. There's Kenny Anderson warming up. A lot of the game could rest on that good left hand. The gold medal contest.
I've just been committed to an institution. So tonight